Well, hello. This is Karen with Veronica's Tarot, and today is the general energy kind of current. It's daily. So we will do current situation, present influence, future influence, what you might not see, or what is might be unknown, challenge, what to look for, advice, and outcome. So thank you for bearing with me with the terrible phone camera thing. But it was good that I still got to do the video, so I'm happy with that. If I get to read, I'm happy with that. Here we go. Do some shuffling. So keep in mind, this is general. It's, it's for the collective. May or may not resonate. I try to give what the situation can be kind of generically, but you will know if it's going to resonate pretty quickly into the reading. Also, please keep in mind I try to teach while I'm doing it as much as possible. Sometimes I get so into the reading I forget, but that's okay. I love to read. I love to do tarot readings. Okay, so here we go. When I select, I just select from the middle of the deck. So what do we've got? We've got current situation. King of Wands. I feel like we just had this. Maybe not. Present influence. Ten of Wands. I will tell you it's a little different in this deck. I'm using Black Cat Tarot. Okay. Future influence. Star. Always love the star in a future place. Okay, what we might not see. Two of Swords. What is our challenge with this? Eight of Cups. Aha! Okay, what to look for or watch for. And that can be kind of an advice too, and advice in general. I may look up the Nine of Wands in this deck. I got that for advice. It's a little different, so I'm going to read it from the booklet. And outcome. Oh, Ace of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck would be Eight of Pentacles. As you can see, he's being creative. He is definitely taking his time, perfecting his craft. And that's what I always see the Eight of Pentacles as, working diligently to perfect something. It is called the apprenticeship card, so it could, very well can use that. The King of Wands is in the present influence. Now, this could definitely be somebody, and I was almost going to pull a card to see if this is a person or a feeling. But I feel like it's a feeling. So if you look at the, we got a good. Okay. This King of Wands, he's got that rose and he's looking up at it. And I feel like that, really, so the energy, right, is moving forward. He's motivated. He's got energy. He's going to put a lot, into whatever situation he does, but he's really looking at that rose, like really has his eye on the prize there. So I feel like this is something, again, like you're working very hard for, and you're pretty motivated about it, and you feel very good about it. And you are like, you have your eye on the prize. So this could be anything. This can be love. This can be work. I mean, literally, this can be anything, especially with the wands. To me, the wands can totally be love, but it can also totally be work. It can be a family situation. It can be a project. It can be anything. Wands can literally, I feel like, can really be anything. So, but it's something that you're definitely excited about and you're motivated about, and there's energy behind it because that's that King of Wands energy. So then we have the Ten of Wands as far as our present influence. So I feel like what is causing this is our aha moment. So in the Ten of Wands in this deck is really about an aha moment. The lights go on, literally. So if you look, he's down in the basement, he turns the lights on, and all of a sudden he can see all these things. He can see everything. So he's done his completion, he's done all his work, and now he knows exactly what he needs to know. So I feel like there's something that came in that gave you that aha moment, and that aha moment is really what really now is making you focused and got your eye on that prize. And I think it's exactly that. It's that I've got this. I understand it now. Now, because it's the Ten of Wands, this was something that you've been working up to. It's a Ten of Wands, so you get the aha moment, but you've been working towards it. You know, you have been working towards it. So keep that in mind. Um, you know, when you're thinking about what this situation is, it is something that you've been working very hard for, or at least consistently. Like it's been a consistent thing, whether it's every day or every moment, maybe not, but it has been something you've been thinking about for a long time. And then we have the star in our future influence, and that's always good, right? The star brings us hope and faith and all of those good things. So I feel like in the future, you will have that star to guide you. I think this whole situation is going to give you a lot of hope and a lot of things to look forward to with that star, you know, something to look forward to. Um, I really do feel like that's kind of um, what's happening here. Now we have the Two of Swords and what we don't see, and I do feel like that's correlating also to the Nine of Wands. And you'll kind of see why. I'm going to read I don't know the exact words on this, but I kind of know the premise of this Nine of Wands. It's a little different. But the Two of Swords and what we don't see is that there's still going to be a decision that needs to be made, and we still need to jump. So to me, this Two of Swords in this deck is a lot more about than just making a decision. It's what we take with us when we make that decision. It's these are two people. Are they going to jump off the log together? Because if one person jumps, the other person's likely to fall in. The other person could still be balancing. So here's the decision. Do I just do this and leave someone hanging? Or do I talk to them and go, we should do this together? One, two, three. We jump, we swim. If I just jump and I swim, you could drown or hurt yourself. Okay, I hope that made sense. But that's what that card is. Like, you know, it's making the decision, but there's someone else involved in that decision. So that's what I feel like with the Two of Swords as being something that you're not seeing. So you're not realizing that this decision has to be made. And you're not realizing maybe the effect it has on somebody else, or the effect that, or it is, like you totally know that this could affect someone else. But, you know, you're kind of, should I, shouldn't I? And then this is your challenge, Eight of Cups. I feel like this is, you're feeling like you want to walk away, and you have to decide whether you really should walk away or not. Is there something better on the other side? Are you walking towards something better? Is that better? Is if you leave this, is it okay? Now, I don't know. I almost feel like this situation is taking you away from another situation, and that's going to be your challenge. Like you see this all coming together, whatever you're working towards, and you're going, well, if I do this and I make this decision, I may have to walk away from it, and that's the challenge. How am I going to walk away from something else? Not, I mean, to walk towards this whole creative, awesome thing. Can I do that and walk away from what I already have? So I feel like that's kind of the challenge, so to speak. So I got like something in my eye. Sorry about that. So Four of Cups is what we need to look for. That's appreciation. To me, this is kind of obvious. Like, look for things that are being given to you. Don't just go, I don't really want that. I want this. I've got my eye on the prize. So what you're handing me is not what I want. So I don't even know if I want to even entertain the idea of it. So I'm just gonna, you know, not deal with it. Where I think that you need to watch this, because this could say that a gift is coming. And I feel that way with that Ace of Cups in your outcome, because that's a gift, man. Ace of Cups is a big gift. It's the beginning of something really cool. It can totally be love, but it can also be anything that really means a lot to you. So watch that and watch for anything coming in. That's what to watch for, you know? Or two, watch, be careful not to get bored. Don't get complacent. Don't get, and that's another, so depending on your situation, the other take on that is don't get complacent and don't just think everything's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. Again, we're going to go to that advice and we're going to talk about why that's true. So, so here's the advice. I'm going to read it really quick. So this is the Nine of Wands. You see the little mouse sitting on the, okay. So here's the mouse sitting on that stump, but there's a kitty cat back here, and I think there's a couple kitty cats up front, and there's something over here. So he's out there just sitting on that stump with everybody kind of watching him. And in this deck, it speaks to, I'm trying to get good light here. Okay, danger. This warns us not to act too impulsively. Not everything that glitters is gold, and we can find ourselves in a mousetrap. So in this deck, that's the advice. Like, not everything that glitters is gold. So watch it, and I think that's where this comes in what to look for, because even though it's not glittery and shiny and all those good things, maybe it's exactly what you need. And do I take this glittery thing, or do I, be careful and watch myself and maybe protect myself? Oh, but everything that glitters could be gold. So here's the issue with the decision. But I think that's the advice, right? What do I do, and how do I do it, and should I do it? Because I could put myself in a little bit of danger here. I will say too, in some cases, this could be overcoming a fear. Maybe you do need to go after that gold thing. And maybe this is saying, you know what, you just got to be careful. But again, are you just not making the decision because you're afraid? Could be either way, really, with this card. So as far as advice goes, don't be afraid, do it. Or, okay, everybody's going to be different, but I feel like the outcome being the Ace of Cups, you're going to get what you need and deserve. It's a very beautiful card with the two people, arm in arm over here, and the people playing in the cup. It's like, it's kind of like overflowing. I'm being given a gift. So I think with the star too, in the future influence, remember to keep an eye on your faith as you're making these decisions going forward. That if you need to walk away from something, so there's two warnings here. I do believe that, because I think everybody's a little different. Is what you're walking away from something that you shouldn't walk away from? Or are you what you're walking to, that glittery thing? Or are you walking to it and maybe you shouldn't? I mean, I think the card's saying a lot of different things, and I don't think it's making that Two of Swords situation any easier. It's not. I will be honest with you. But I do believe that the Ace of Cups being in that outcome is going to take you to a great place. And having the star in your influencing what's influencing the future, it's reminding us to look for that hope and grab on to those things that, that give us faith and hope and all of those good things. So, just looking at the cards overall, I would say in most instances, this really is a matter of he's got his eye on the prize. It's motivating you because now you've seen it. Keep going. You've got faith and you can follow that star. Make a decision. Here's the challenge. Do I go for this, my eye on the prize? Or do I don't know. Like, for everyone, what we're walking away from could be, what we're choosing to walk away from is not what we're going towards. So should we? Is it going to be a challenge to walk away? I believe, just the more I talk this through, that the challenge is walking away from something. And that's what this is about too. Like, so if you put these two cards together, this and this deck, it's the decision to go it alone or take the person with you. So again, and then we have our challenge, Eight of Cups, walking away. and that's why you're having a struggle with the decision, and that's why this is the challenge. This is why this is the unknown, because I don't think you really realize what this decision might do. I think you're going to find that out when that future influence takes a hold, because everything on this side of the table, other than the Ace of Cups, is saying, you got to look at the whole entire situation. The Four of Cups is, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Or are you just being unresponsive to what's around you and what you have now? Or are you only looking for the what's over there? Be careful, because you could get burned. You could go for that prize and totally get burned, but at the same time, if you don't go for it, you're not taking the chance. This is where I want to be really careful, because this is advice. So keep in mind, this is, you have free will to do what you want to do, but I think this goes either way, and I think it depends on the person on the other side listening to this. And all in all, let's go for something, because we've got this Ace of Cups waiting for us. Is this cup is what glitters? Or is this cup what we already have? And we need to spend more time with it. I feel like really focus on what that is that's driving you with that King of Wands energy of focused on something. So there you have it. Very interesting reading. I really like it, but it's going to affect everybody slightly differently, especially this one. This one really feels it could go two different ways. I'm not going to give you the answer, because that's really up to you, right? The advice does go both ways. The advice can be either or. I feel like the advice is saying, be careful. And because of what to watch for being the Four of Cups, and what your challenge is walking away, you put those all together, and it's like, that Ace of Cups could be any one of those things. And I really do think this is very independent. This decision is very independent on different people. And I think that's why that advice card came out, is because Spirit wants me to say, here's the two places this can go, because everyone needs something a little different to hear. So there you have it. This is your daily reading. Please hit the like button if this resonates, or leave me a comment, whatever you like. Okay, take care.